Graham Platner is set to make his first public appearance since dropping out of the U.S. Senate race following sexual assault allegations. He will be at the Ellsworth City Hall as part of an Acadia Action Peacekeepers Labor Day event. The organization is a grassroots mutual aid group in Hancock County. Now, Platner is expected to speak about the history of the U.S. labor movement.